Hey guys, Handicapable Gamer here, and today I wanted to talk to you about my thoughts on Starblood Arena. I waited a couple days after getting this game to make sure I could get into some actual ranked multiplayer matches before I gave my thoughts or somewhat of a review. And now I've played enough matches, I think I can give a solid impression. Originally, I wasn't going to pick this game up because I'm more of a person that likes story-based or single-player games, and I don't play too much multiplayer. But I'm glad I picked it up because the game is fantastic. In terms of the visuals, everything looks great. It's kind of got a cartoony Borderlands Overwatch Battleborn type feel. The gameplay, I guess, could be best described if you were old enough to have played the Descent game back in the 90s. It's probably closest to that. You're flying around in little ships, and each character has their own unique look and abilities. And you have a primary attack, a secondary attack, and a heavy attack. And the heavy attack is built up over time, very similar to the ultimates in Overwatch. In terms of the audio, I thought everything worked fine. I actually really enjoy most of the soundtrack. It's kind of got a Tony Hawk Pro Skater type vibe, so I appreciated that. In terms of the single player, much like Overwatch, the single player here is mainly meant for you to practice. You play through various matches with whatever character you choose, and if you beat the different single player areas, like there's Burn Circuit, and there's Skirmish, and there's one other one that I can't remember at the moment. But as you beat those, you unlock a little bit of commentary about each of the characters, so you get a little bit of a backstory, but not much. So mainly the single player is just used for practicing. The multiplayer is where this game really shines, and that's coming from someone that doesn't even like multiplayer games. Playing against the bots is fun, because it's still fast-paced and you get to fly around in your ship. But playing against a group of all humans is just nuts. It's like Call of Duty, but in spaceships, and in my opinion, a lot more fast-paced. And I think the most important point that I can stress to you guys that I thought was going to be a problem is in a lot of VR games, I get motion sickness. And this game, the developers touted that you had 6 degrees of free movement, pretty much meaning you could do and go wherever you wanted in any direction, upside down, right side up. You can shoot while upside down, you can barrel roll, you can go vertical, you can strafe horizontal. So they don't limit what you can do at all. And I thought for sure that that was going to cause motion sickness, because when I played Eve Valkyrie, I got extremely sick. But I bit the bullet and got this game anyway, and lo and behold, it doesn't make me sick. Not even a little. And once I got to playing with humans, I had to use my boost thrusters and move around a lot faster than I was in single player, and it still wasn't making me sick. So I'm very impressed with whatever the devs were able to do to make that possible. In terms of the gameplay, it's really easy and you can jump in, jump out, no problem, even if you're someone that doesn't play a lot of games, which is good. In terms of the controls, you use L2 to fire your missiles, R2 to fire your primary and secondary weapons. You switch your weapons with triangle just like you would with in any first-person shooter. And square activates your heavy attack. or your ultimate for those of you that play Overwatch. The left stick makes you strafe on the horizontal axis, and the right stick controls your vertical axis. And my favorite part is that they let you aim with your head, which to me, since I'm somewhat uncoordinated thanks to my disability, I enjoy playing first-person shooters, but I hardly ever play online because I can't aim with the right stick fast enough to, play competently. Well, with this, since I could aim with my head, I'm not that bad at the game, which makes it even more fun for me. And again, much like Overwatch, while you're playing, you can unlock loot, which you buy through game credits. And the loot can be paint jobs for your ship, accessories to go on the dashboard of your ship, outfits for your characters, mods for your weapons, which is extremely important. Some of the mods I found are very useful. Some will give you extra defense when you're about to die. Some will make your weapons stronger. Some will make them reload faster. And in the single player where you pretty much practice, there was, I believe, 4 or 5 regular matches, and then you go into ultimate matches. So I think each single player circuit has about 10 matches, and there's trophies for doing the single player section with each character as well. And then there's trophies for while you're in the multiplayer mode. You can get medals for doing triple kills and revenging other players, reviving other players, guarding your base. So there's a lot of content here to enjoy, especially for a game that only costs $40 compared to a non-VR game like Overwatch, which costs $60. Yes, I realize Overwatch has more polish, but the content is almost identical. You have your matches, you have your practice area, you have your loot. So, for the price, I feel like what you get is completely worth it. I guess the one thing I didn't talk about was the game modes. Whether you're playing in single player or in the ranked online matches, or even private matches against your friends, which will work even if the servers are having issues. And that's actually what I did the last couple nights, was added people to my friends list and played in private matches, which worked well, especially if you do party chat so you have mics. But in terms of the game modes, there is Carnage, which is basically, a free-for-all, everybody kill everybody. Team Carnage, which is a team deathmatch, basically. Gridiron, which is similar to Rigs, in that you're shooting enemies, but you're also chasing a ball and trying to get it into a goal. And Invaders, which is a wave-based shooter component, where you can play alone or with teammates, and you're trying to protect your bases from AI alien invasion. And for every wave you defeat, you can try the next wave. I haven't figured out if the waves are, indefinite and they just keep going and going, but I was able to get up to wave 10 so far, and even that mode is quite fun. It's almost impossible to play by yourself, but if you can get a group of people with you, it's not too bad. Now, I've seen a lot of people give this game flack for, having issues with the servers the first couple days, which seem to be getting fixed today, and the developers have already responded saying that everything will be fixed ASAP and that they're focusing very hard on it. The fact that last night I had trouble getting into any matches, and today I was able to get in 7 immediately with almost no wait time in between, that tells me that 1, people actually are playing this game, and that people want to play this game, and 2, that the devs are actually keeping their promise and trying to improve the game. Now, where do I think the game is lacking? I feel like there could be a few other game modes. to make things a little more interesting. Because right now the game is still fresh and people are having fun with it, but eventually people are going to get bored of playing the same game modes. There's 12 maps, and that seems like a good amount, and it is, but a lot of the maps are small and corridor based, so there could be some more variety there. We don't have to have huge maps, but we could get ones that are a little bit bigger. I realized that they kept the maps confined, so that way the play would be fast and frenetic, which is probably the biggest part of the appeal for the game. I understand that. I feel like the game really needs built-in chat, so that way you don't have to create a party in order to chat. I think that would be my biggest complaint. So if the devs can fix that, I'll be thrilled with this game. Other than that, though, I can't think of anything in this game that I don't enjoy. And as long as the servers can be kept reliable and stay populated, I'd be willing to say that this is PlayStation VR's best game right now. I mean, most people would point to Resident Evil, and I would agree, but that's more if you're looking for a story-based, confined narrative experience. If you just want a PlayStation VR game that you can put on and go, and still have a quality game, a quality experience, and a ton of fun, Starblood Arena is probably PlayStation VR's best game when you look at it from that perspective. So, would I recommend you guys pick this up? Wholeheartedly, yes, do it immediately. The more people we have pick this up, the more people are playing it, the better the game will be, and hopefully the more support it'll get in the future. Maybe new characters, new maps, anything. I doubt we'll get any story DLC, although that would make the game perfect, because that was the other big thing I think it was missing, was a story. But I understand that that's not this type of game, and I understand that's not what the devs were going for. But yeah, I think anyone that picks this up and understands that it's a multiplayer shooter, similar to Call of Duty mixed with Overwatch, mixed with Descent, mixed with Battleborn, you name it. I think people that go in understanding that and know what they're getting will absolutely love this game. So please support it, go pick it up, enjoy, and if you guys want to play with me, let me know in the comments and I will add you to my friends list. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Follow me on Twitter, check out my Patreon to see more about me and why I'm doing this. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.